Over here at the bottom left, our red Terran from the Warcraft 3 pro gaming team, Foxlet. Fox's team, Lynn, the player. This guy's
kind of a fox.
He's a foxy looking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over here in the blue, we have our blue Protoss. Also a candy. Vanvanth. Although in our stats sheet here, it's spelled vanvanth.
Vanvanth.
Vanvanth?
Yeah, someone new translated B and V are the same letter. And
same kind of sound in Korean. Thank you, Intel. And thank you, G-Skill, for making this event possible.
Well, it's a pretty big map. They're pretty far away. And, of course, whoever wants to play a more macro-based game is going to be happy with that. And I think always the Protoss player is going to be at least somewhat more happy with that, because if they want to rush, they warp it in.
Yeah, they at least have that option.
Yeah, whereas defending the Terran Rush is going to be a lot easier when it's not right at your front doorstep, like on the Steps of War or something like that.
Right. A lot of pressure here. Lynn, it would be a huge deal in his career for StarCraft 2 if he makes it to the round of 16.
Yeah, certainly. If he goes back to the up and down matches, you know, it's hit or miss whether he stays in Code S. There's so many talented players that are going to be in it this time. Whereas, yeah, of course, Code S, round of 16, you're in Code S the next season. Top 16 is no laughing matter. Unless you're laughing all the way to the bank, because this tournament has a lot of money at stake.
Lots of money. More Marines coming out here. Whoa! That man has 3 eyes. That squid has 3 eyes.
I think that's an Overlord. The other thing, I have no idea.
That was Duckman.
It looked like something from Princess Mononoke.
Could have been. Great movie, by the way.
Very sad, though.
It made you sad?
Yeah, man. It made me so sad.
Why would that movie make you sad?
Because when that, like, really old, like, tree god, the boar or whatever, it gets all sick and then dies, that was, like, so sad. Are you kidding me?
Well, the boar was stupid, man.
I'm a vegetarian, man. I always get sad at that stuff.
Boar was like, I'm all dumb. I'm going to run into the battle. It's like, Boar, you're being dumb, man. You're not helping the Nature Kingdom out.
He was poisoned. He didn't know what was going on, man.
No, man, he was dumb before that, too.
He wasn't dumb before
that. All right,
that.
we're going to watch the movie. I'm gonna get out my little clip notes. All right, I'm going to explain to you what's going on. Remember the dumb monkey people that are throwing rocks at him? All right, wait, we're getting wedge off top here.
Yeah.
All right, the probe is killed. Terran will most likely just make a command center here.
It also looks like Protoss is going to be going for a fast expansion. Only 1 gas. The SCV sees that, and that's a huge amount of information for him. In fact, he may want to push a little bit harder with his Marauder pressure. You know, it was just going to be a little bit of pressure before because, well, he's making an expansion, but against a 1-gas Protoss...
Could be the 4 game?
I think it's going to be the expand, personally, but...
Well, he's getting another Zealot after the Stalker. That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
I would, even if I was going to forward get rush, I wouldn't do that, but...
But still, I think that if I were Lynn in this situation, I'd definitely push a little bit harder. I commit a little bit more to my Marauder pressure.
Oh. He's getting another gateway, and then an expansion. Huh. Is that what he's doing? It looks like it is,
yeah.
Yes.
He's, I mean, if he doesn't make a Nexus in a couple seconds here, my head might explode. There you go.
Command center for the Terran. And looks like he might go for Mass Marine Marauder. You know, it's pretty good on big open maps like this. You get mobility, you're not burdened by siege tanks.
Mm-hmm.
TVP, fun matchup, so many different things you could do. And a Robobay next. I like it.
Yeah. It's a pretty solid build. You know, he's far away from his opponent. He saw that his opponent was not doing a dedicated rush build. So he can go ahead and tech a little bit. Just warp it in some additional sentries. You want to get those early and often so that they have enough energy later on. Don't want to warp them in right before the battle, because then they only have 1 force field.
No hallucination yet. Then again, his Robobase is so soon he might not need it. Just get an observer out.
And then never really putting on any pressure. No reason to now.
I almost feel like he was actually looking for pylons
Yeah,
near his base.
it's a bit peculiar. Now, you see a little Marauder squad just going around, led by a single Marine. And look at that. That is a very quick Ghost Academy.
Yeah, that's incredibly quick.
I wonder if he's actually, it looks to me like he's trying to hit a timing rush with the Ghost Academy. Just a Ghost Rush timing, where you go 3 barracks, you just make a bunch of units and get a Ghost or 2 out. And then you EMP, and early on, I mean, removing the shields of a tiny little group of units, suddenly your units are going to do much, much better.
Well, sentries are what win early infantry versus Protoss army skirmishes. And of course, if you get the ghosts out quick enough, you're going to EMP them before they have Templars to feedback.
Look at that, a beautiful scan, seeing the robotics support bay. And that means that it is a very, very fast Colossus rush, which is going to mean less units.
Vanvanth didn't see the units moving out.
Oh my.
He missed that entirely.
Oh no. Oh no. Tasteless.
Artosis.
This is not going to go well for him, I think. Only 1 Ghost. We have 5 Marauders and 7 Marines going across the map that he seemingly doesn't know about. Will he be able to hold?
He's not chrono boosting Colossuses.
While he may very well hold it, losing a bunch of units here will be very, very bad. Does see it. Because he has so few warp gates, he's getting Colossus so quickly that losing some warp gate units right now can be
Lynn
devastating.
could be in for a surprise.
He's going to want to throw down those force fields very quickly. Very, very quickly. Should be throwing them down already.
I don't know if he can engage now. Oh, very nice.
And with the Colossus there, Tasteless, there's nothing to fear.
Nice micro. Just had to pull that Colossus bag.
And poor Lynn is in a lot of trouble, Tasteless.
I think this build would have been better on a map that was just a little bit smaller.
Yeah, that was a long distance for him to go across, but you know, he didn't really go right away. Kind of stalled around in for a second, and as soon as that Colossus pops out, obviously it's going to change the flow of everything. Now, we'll see if he actually breaks through. This is mostly Marines that Lynn has at this point, so this might go very, very well.
As long as he gets a good split here. If he could just get that Colossus, it's not very high on HP. And he is going to get it.
Wow. And this is reminding me of some Schnarfing.
Schnarf.
Schnarf, I won a battle. I better go attack Schnarf, Schnarf.
Lion-O!
Yeah, you know, when you're ahead, Tasteless, get more ahead.
Yeah.
Don't just walk across a huge map with your army and think, well, by the time I get there, I should be able to kill him. No, he's making units the whole time, man. Come on. Gotta give him more credit than that.
You want to insta-expand if you win a battle like what...
Yeah, a battle like that,
you?
I go LOL and I look around the map and roll a die and make a nexus somewhere.
I mean, it's correct. Normally this is a game where each player will at least have 4 or 5 bases if their defense is good.
Yeah.
At this level of play.
Well, Lynn is going to start Viking production pretty quickly here. Floating that factory out. He doesn't want any factory units. So get out of here, factory. The factory's like, fine, I'm running away. I'm going to stay at my friend's house.
Nobody uses me in this matchup. All right.
A much healthier unit composition coming down from Bonbons. Warping in, reinforcing his units now. And he might hit right before any Vikings are out, which could be quite good. You know, there are a lot of Marines in that. We're going to have to see how his force fields go. And, well, Lynn being very smart running away from that. Just backing up, getting into a better position.
Third Colossus changes a lot of the possibilities of how this could turn out.
Oh, certainly. Just warping in more and more units. He is at 143 supply to Lynn's 122. Lynn definitely far behind here.
He wants to keep those Vikings right where they are right now.
He's got a good concave. And he's got to target those Colossi. One in the back, not firing for most of this battle so far.
He's going to go. He's going to try to just target fire him. And they back off.
He's got to be very careful about that.
So much pressure on the line here.
Yeah,
Only
man.
one of these guys goes around a 16. The other one has to just struggle to stay in Code S.
Both of these players just came up from Code A. Neither wants to go back down. Neither wants to go back to the up and down matches. It's not a happy place to be in.
No, it's not. We have a Nexus coming.
And
I think Protoss should have expanded way sooner.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't understand the logic with some of these players. Not that they're bad. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on them, but it's just a bad decision to attack if your armies are fairly even into such a small area where, you know, the first one to make the first move usually ends up dealing less damage.
Yeah. Well, we do have Stargates being made. Interesting.
Very.
Probably going to start some Phoenix production to counter the Vikings. Of course, that's a very difficult thing to deal with for Terrans right now. You got to either not make Vikings or make a ridiculous amount of Vikings. You can't just make some medium amount tasteless.
No, you can't.
You got to all or nothing on your Vikings, man. Get 2 reactor starports or don't get any. Because otherwise, and I mean, it's just, they'll counter you perfectly. What can I say? There's such a scary amount of Colossus out on the map. 5 walking around.
Colossus is pretty scary in this game. Vikings are a good counter to it. They outrange Stalkers. The Sky Siege tanks. We have seen more people getting Phoenixes nowadays.
Yeah.
To try to counter the Vikings, which is interesting. It seems to be working pretty effectively. Especially on a map this big. Phoenixes are so fast.
Yeah.
You could still fly around and stop Terran from expanding.
Yeah, they're a great harassment unit, absolutely. Force turrets all over the place and stuff like that.
Remember, the 4th base is pretty hard to secure on this map. It's pretty far away. It's a pretty far walk.
Right now, supplies at 163 for Lin, 175 for Bonbons. And Bonbons is going to want to not engage this right now. He's just started his Phoenix production. He's making a lot of them very quickly.
No blink here.
Oh, wow. Oh! Getting rid of the ghosts.
But they did get an EMP. It would have been better to EMP the other units, but still, he knew they were going to die.
That was actually pretty great to catch those 2 ghosts. Big mess up by Lin there. But yeah, MVP, why am I calling him MVP? Bonbons is going to want to just wait, hold on, hold the phone, get a few more Phoenixes out there so that he can really take out those Vikings. Because if you're, again, just like making the Vikings, if you're going to make Phoenixes, make enough to take out the Vikings.
Yeah.
And the person who actually has more at the end, it's like, well, what do you want, man? He's going to clean
What do you
up.
want, man?
What do you want, man? He's going to clean it up. Yeah, there's some Stalkers in there, but that's what your Marauders are taking care of. Jeez.
Jeez, guy. Observer takes a peek, sees no way you should go in there. From vanvanth.
Yeah. I love how the Phenai are about to have +1 attack. Of course, Phenai, for those of you just joining us, is the plural of Phoenix.
Common knowledge.
No, it's Phoenix.
I don't have the sense of sarcasm you do. Now,
6 Colossus. That is a lot.
You don't normally need more than that.
Yeah, that's when
After
stuff
that, they're
just
bumping
dies,
into each
man.
other. Yeah.
Well, in PvP, you need you get so many that you're actually one-shotting the other ones. It's like they all shoot at once, and there's like 1 red left for both. Oh.
Zealot charge coming.
4th base is up for Bonbons.
Protoss is max. You might want to actually make a bunch of cannons in the middle of the map. It's actually really smart to do that. You have all these minerals.
Yeah.
It's hard for Terran to
There's
try to
no
do
siege
that.
tanks, man.
Yep.
You can do stuff like that. Personally, I would add more gateways for a while. Get a ton of gates up so that you can actually refill your army instantly.
+1 attack. Oh, hold that thought. Lin is moving.
Lin has decided it is, in fact, time. There's a good number of Phoenix out. 12
Pylon's
Phoenixes,
gone.
16 Vikings.
Protoss gives up the center position, returns home.
He is getting some more upgrades.
All right, EMP time. Oh,
And we're going to have to see how this goes. The Phoenix is entering battle, but some of them actually hitting medevacs. That is not what he wants.
Lin's got this. Lin's already won.
He certainly has.
Yep, that was Phoenix miscontrol. Nobody cares about the medevacs. And wow.
That was absolutely great by Lin, and it looked like vanvanth was going to be able to take it, but Lin, he had a good amount of Vikings in there. He had a great spread, and it totally went his way. I think vanvanth is probably shocked.
Yeah.
He was maxed out, and he only killed about 40 supply off of Terran there.
You know what his, GG, I was going to say, do you know what his upgrades are? No time to find out, but GG.
Wow, so congrats to Lin. He moves into the round of 16, and that, as you said, Tastes, is huge for his career.
Yeah, it's a big moment. The hardest, biggest, best esports tournament in the world. And Lin's here at the round of 16. I remember going back to, it was actually 5 hours ago when our cast started. He said in our highlight reel to get everybody amped up, said you guys have been underestimating how much I've improved.
Yeah. And he's certainly showing that, man. He's in the top 16. No small feat. I believe he's our 6th Terran in there, if I recall correctly.
I think you're right.
And the win joining up makes him the 3rd Zerg. I think that makes, is it 3 Protoss, 3 Zerg, and 6 Terrans? I think.
I'll let you wear that one. I have no idea off the top of my head right now.
Pretty sure.
I think you might be right.
Pretty sure.
So that does it. We're going to have an interview with Lin very soon here. So don't go anywhere. We're almost done for you guys. So I want to say thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure commentating the Codas games today. And actually, we're going to be right back after this interview, which is going to occur right now. So stay tuned.